You have fire in your gut? Okay, we're here for a reason to win games. So if you didn't have that fire in your gut, you better light the fire pretty fast.
And welcome back to the latest and greatest episode of the 7 Points Podcast. My name is Jake May, joined as always by my co-host Quentin Crisco, where we break down all the games in the NFL and give you some college picks in a quick 15-minute to 20-minute hit. First up, we have Broncos versus Saints. Thursday Night Football. Saints are 1.5-point dogs, 36.5-point total. Not betting this game, personally, but lean Broncos. Sean Payton knows this Saints team, and just better coach on a short week. Give me that. Better defense against rookie QB. Give me the better coach. Give me the better defense.
Yeah, agreed. I don't trust either of these teams, but the way Sean Payton's got those guys playing, I lean towards the Broncos, but ultimately I am staying away.
All right, and then we have across the pond, Patriots versus Jaguars. Jaguars are 5.5-point favorites in this game, 42.5-point total over in London, 8 a.m. Central kickoff. What are you thinking here?
Who the hell are the Jacksonville Jaguars to be 5.5-point favorites against anyone after the last 6 weeks? Like, no. Drake May's there. Like, he's a rookie behind a bad O-line against a decent pass rush, but like, I don't trust the Jaguars pass defense to stop anything. I think the Patriots will put up some points, and 5.5 is too big of a number.
Yeah, I'll leave Doug Peterson there.
Yeah, so I got Pats plus 5.5.
All right, then we have Seahawks versus the Falcons. Falcons 2.5-point favorites at home, 15.5-point total. I got this game at 3. I got the Seahawks. I think they're due for a big-time statement win. This feels like a game that Kirk Cousins will lose. I have the Seahawks plus 3, and I think this is a game where we could see a explosion game from DK Metcalf, maybe even a Geno Smith game. So I like the Seahawks here. What do you think, Q?
I agree with you on I think we could see a big DK Metcalf game. I think we could see a big Geno game. I think Kirk Cousins is going to put up yards and enough points to stay with you neck and neck throughout a whole game. So to me, that's an over. I'm taking the over 50.5.
Also in that game, if you're a player prop guy, if they keep leaving Darnell Mooney's catches around 3 to 4, hammer it. He's getting the targets. All right, next up we have Titans versus Bills. Bills minus 8.5, 41.5-point total. We talked about it a little bit on the long podcast. I don't think you're betting this one. I'm not betting it either, but this feels like a game where the Bills just go out there and absolutely bury the Titans. I could see Will Levis trying to keep up with Josh Allen right here to no avail whatsoever, turning the ball over multiple times. I think the Bills could roll in this game. Such a big spread, good defense. Overall avoiding it, but yeah, this wouldn't surprise me if the Bills just dominated.
Yeah, I'm generally with you here. I think the Bills could really do well in this game, but I'm not confident in it just because that Titans defense is so talented. So like 8.5, I have a hard time betting that. I mean, maybe you'd bet the over if you think the Bills are going to put up a lot of points, but the way their offense has been reeling, I'm generally staying away from this one.
Yep. All right, then we have Bengals versus the Browns. Browns 5.5-point home dogs, 43.5-point total. Another game that I'm not betting, but I think the Bengals could absolutely win this game, get on a hot streak, make a run. 5.5 is a weird number. Overall, avoiding it. I think the Browns defense still does have a little bit of juice left in it for the time being. So for that reason alone, I'm avoiding it. But overall, I do like the Bengals in this game to go ahead and win and cover. What do you think?
I got this game at 4.5 this morning. Bengals minus 4.5. I took it. It's all the way up to 6.5 by now. I'd still take it at 6.5. I just, the Browns are starting a fire sale right now. It feels like they're trading off pieces. Deshaun Watson's still your starter. I don't know that I can trust that offense for anything. And I know I can trust the Bengals offense to put up points. So, we got Joe Burrow running for 50-yard touchdowns. Like, what world is this? Give me the Bengals minus 4.5.
Funny story about that. But Dolphins, Colts 3-point favorites versus the Dolphins in the grossest game of the week, 43.5-point total. I'm just avoiding this one altogether.
Yeah, I mean, we got Anthony Richardson back at quarterback for the Colts. That could be good. That could be bad. It could go either way. Like the Dolphins coming off a bye, you have to think they figured something out with that offense with Tyrod Taylor. They got so much receiving talent. They're gonna do something. Mike McDaniels is a smart guy, so I'm staying away. I have too many unknowns here.
Yes, sir. And then we have the Texans versus the Packers. Packers 2.5-point favorites, 47.5-point total. I'm taking the Texans here on the money line at plus 130. I think the Texans get that statement win this week to show the rest of the league that they are in the class of the AFC and they are a team to be reckoned with. I don't think anybody is really doubting that right now. I mean, I think CJ Stroud is getting all the love, but I think this is a true statement game for them. And teams got to start losing in this NFC North eventually. So I like the Texans here to get it done versus the Packers.
Yeah, I hate betting Packers against the Packers at Lambeau. I don't know if they have the locker rooms mic'd up or what, but they seem to know something that no one else does half the time. But that being said, I'm taking Texans plus 2.5. I think the talent differential here is just too big, and I just hate the Packers and need them to lose some games. So Texans plus 2.5.
All right, then we have the Lions versus the Vikings. Vikings 2.5-point favorites at home, 49.5-point total. I love the Lions in this spot. The only thing that worries me is it kind of seemed like they played their Super Bowl last week versus the Dallas Cowboys, but I think the Lions are the better team. I think they're the more talented team. I love the Lions here catching 3 points. When you're the better team and you're the underdog, I like that every time. And I also will be taking over 49.5. What do you think?
I'm on the over 49.5. Last year, these teams play each other twice because they're in the same division. Both games went over 50 points. It was 54-50, I believe. I think it's going to be something pretty similar to that. I'm not sure which side it's going to come out on, but at 49.5, that makes it an easy over bet for me.
All right. Then we have the Eagles going to New Jersey to take on the Giants. Giants 3-point dogs at home, 43.5-point total. I am putting 5 units on the Giants in this game. I love the Giants in this spot. Daniel Jones isn't as bad as people think he is. He wasn't as good as people thought he was 3 years ago. He's somewhere in the middle. And I'm assuming we're getting Malik Neighbors back in this game. We're getting Devin Singletary back in this game. Tyrone Tracy has been playing very, very well. Darius Slayton's been playing very well. That defensive line is very, very good. The Eagles are in disarray. They want to fire their coach after a win. Their interior offensive line is really bad. Dexter Lawrence is the best defensive tackle in the game. Give me the Giants plus 3. Love this pick.
5-unit play. I'm staying away from it. I can see why you like it. I can see the world where the Giants cover this. I can see the world where the Giants win. But for my own safety in the city of Philadelphia, I ain't following it.
All right, then we have Raiders versus the Rams. Rams 6.5-point favorites, 43.5-point total. Disgusting game. It's Max Crosby and nobody else in that Raiders team. I think Sean McVay and the boys over there in LA get it done. I can't in good conscience bet this game. What do you think?
Yeah, Sean McVay with Matt Stafford coming off a bye. I can see why this spread is so big. I can't see why I would bet it. There are a lot of unknowns with both these rosters. I think the Rams are definitely the better roster. I think the Rams win this game. But why am I betting Rams minus 6.5 here? I feel like they're just begging me to take it.
All right, then we have Panthers versus the Commanders. Commanders 7.5-point favorites, 51.5-point total. I think Washington walks their way into 11-win season this year, but 7.5's weird. You get the hook. Weird things can happen. I'm avoiding this game, but I wouldn't hate betting the Commanders in the spot. Definitely can't take the Panthers and Andy Dalton. I think they're dead on arrival, but I can't in good conscience take 7.5 on the Commanders. But I know the model likes this game. What do you think, Q?
Model loves it. Model thinks this spread should be something like 18. I'm not taking it because I don't trust the Commanders roster to with how well they've been playing, I think they're going to overlook someone at some point. I don't know if it's going to be right after they lose to the Ravens, but I just don't trust them. I do think they should win this game and win it handedly, but at 7.5, they're just not a proven enough team for me to bet a number that big yet.
Yeah. All right, then we have Chiefs versus 49ers, and probably what is the game of the week for most people. 49ers 1.5-point favorites, 47.5-point total here. So kind of talked about a little bit on the long pod, obviously, but this is a game where you just don't even think about it. You take the Chiefs. They're inevitable at this point, and Patrick Mahomes has not been playing well up to this point in the season, and they've still been winning. So I like the Chiefs to win this game. I have them on the money line. And then I also have under 47 in this game. Chiefs can win a low-scoring game. And I think this has 23-20, 2017 written all over it. So give me the Chiefs and give me the under. What do you think?
You give me Pat Mahomes at plus money to win a game, I take it every time. This is a Pat Mahomes money line, Chiefs money line game. Easy bet.
Yep. All right, then we have Jets versus Steelers. Jets with their new weapon. Steelers are 1.5-point underdogs and 37.5-point total. I am not touching this game. What do you think?
I'm not betting the spread. I'm not betting the total. If I was going to throw a bet on this game, it would be the over 37.5 because I think Aaron Rodgers plus Devontae Adams means they're going to do some, weird fun handshakes after touchdowns and all that good stuff. So I think the Steelers, they find a way in games like this to keep it at least competitive, if not win. So I see both teams scoring around 20 at that
Najee
point.
Harris also looking fast.
Yeah, he looks like he has a little extra burst, but I'm staying away ultimately because just a lot of ifs, ands, or buts in all those statements.
Yep. All right, then we have Ravens versus Buccaneers, Monday Night Football. Bucks 3.5-point dogs, 48.5-point total. I like the over in this game. I think they're going to be able to score a primetime game. We have the two-time going against the leader for MVP right now, and Baker Mayfield and Lamar. I think this game could be electric. I don't know what to do about this spread. I think it could go either way. I'm avoiding that, but I do think we will get points early and often in this game. So I love the over 48.5, but not touching the total or the sides. What are you thinking?
I love the Bucks against bad teams. I feel like they're a complete toss-up against good teams where they either get blown out or they stay extremely competitive with nothing in between. So 3.5 scares me on them. And it also makes me want to avoid the other side of this because it's just a lot of unknown with the Bucks when they're playing.
Knows AFC North football, though.
What was that?
Baker knows AFC North football.
That he does. But so I'm just staying away because I don't know what to expect from the Bucks. That makes it all a muddy conversation for me.
Mm-hmm. Right. Then last but not least, we have Chargers versus the Cardinals. Cardinals 2.5-point underdogs at home, 43.5-point total. This is a game where we don't know what is happening with MHJ so far, and Chargers like to keep it gross, keep it nasty, and win in these close games. 2.5-point total or 2.5-point spread makes it weird for me. I'm avoiding it. What do you think?
If this number gets up to 3, I'm taking Cardinals plus 3. They've been a quality cover team at home since Gannon got there, and I might trust their coaching staff too much, but I trust them. So I believe that the Cardinals can cover 3. I'm just waiting for it to hit that number. If it doesn't, I won't bet it. If I can catch it, I will.
All right, then for college football this week, I have Oregon going to Purdue with Purdue covering plus 28 at home. I think Oregon is due for a letdown. I got Louisville versus Miami. Louisville at home plus 5. I think Miami loses a game this year. I have Texas minus 3 versus Georgia. Texas best team in the country. Rutgers minus 4.5 versus UCLA. UCLA going all the way to Rutgers. I love that spot for Rutgers. Then I have Nebraska plus 6.5 at Indiana. Love the Big Ten games this week.
And I have Sam Houston minus 2.5 at home against Western Kentucky. Oklahoma State plus 9.5 on the road at BYU. Indiana minus 6.5 at home against Nebraska. Alabama at Tennessee under 56.5, and the Tennessee money line at plus money. And then Georgia going to Texas. Give me the Georgia money line at plus money, because those are two good football teams who can win when they're plus money.
Absolutely. We got a shout out from the Bronx. So love that.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you listening.
Thank you for the quick 15 minutes of your time. Hopefully you win all your bets. Do not sleep on the Cardinals, and we will see y'all next week.
Caca.
That's how we've won all year, team, right? Yes, you held them to 20 points, man. Yes, you gave us a chance at the end. I got 3 words for you. You like that? Yeah!